with that shit, do disco fool.
Welcome to NDS. I'm King Leo Picasso, here with your first update from No Dirt
With that
Sheets.
shit, do disco fool.
Fitting that our first drop starts with the recent WWE draft, as it's a new beginning for us and a new beginning for the WWE. So let's get right to it. The WWE draft brought some great roster updates and refining that should give us some fresh rivalries, title challenges, and competition leading into the next road to WrestleMania. The new season begins this Friday, but let's look at the rosters as the chessboard is set for both Raw and SmackDown. Off top, we got the Red Brand, who grabbed Rhea Ripley, making her the top of the food chain in the women's division on Raw. Along with Rhea Ripley comes Judgment Day, who's also looking to keep establishing their dominance on the Red Brand. NXT Women's Champion Indy Hartwell was also drafted to Raw, but she has stated that she will be relinquishing her title, so there will be a new tournament to determine who the next NXT Women's Champion will be. Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were also drafted to Raw, who look to have some nice competition for the women's tag titles, with Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey also being drafted, as well as Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Not to mention, they still face some stiff competition from the women over on the SmackDown side of things. Notable names stand on the brand is my guys Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, who are truly at the top of their game right now. Also, Kevin Owens is also retained, bringing with him Sami Zayn to lock in the Universal titles on Raw. I'm sure that New Day, Imperium, Indus Shear, Alpha Academy, Braun Strowman, and Ricochet are all looking forward to having a shot at the title. Detour from finishing his story with Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes now finds himself drafted to the Raw brand and locked in a vicious feud with the Beast incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar. The two will step in the ring with each other one-on-one and see each other in Puerto Rico at Backlash. One of the most surprising announcements was Trish Stratus getting drafted to the Red brand, as she could have been put on a free agent list if she wasn't going to stick around that long. That's no final from us here until we have proof she's sticking around, and she will face Becky Lynch coming up at Backlash.
And with that shit, do disco fool.
Now, over on the SmackDown side of things, it shouldn't be a surprise that the Tribal Chief was the first selection. Now that the brands have been split and Roman and his two titles will remain on the brand, personally, I'd like to see a ceremony where the titles are retired and Roman be given a single title worthy of a champion with his current status and run. The full bloodline will remain intact, as they all have been drafted to SmackDown. Also at the top of the mountain is Bianca Belair, Raw Women's Champion. It remains to be seen if there will be a title exchange between the champions or not, considering Becky and Charlotte's exchange. Still talking Gold Rush, NXT Women's Tag Champions Isla Dawn and Alba Fire are also drafted on the SmackDown brand and defended their titles with a victory on this week's NXT. They don't look to be letting go of them belts at all. Someone's going to have to come and take it from them. Hit Row, Edge, and the OC also can call SmackDown home, as well as the LWO, who we hope to see display that talent that keeps SmackDown moving with that impulse feeling. Also, myself, like most fans, are probably looking forward to the best pickup for the SmackDown brand, which is LA Knight, who went MIA at WrestleMania but recently endorsed by Stone Cold Steve Austin, should be in the running for some kind of gold soon. I'll tell you like this, when I was at WrestleMania, you can hear people hitting that "yeah" chant all through the hallways. Alright, quick disclaimer, my commentary won't always match exactly my article shown here. Those that subscribe will periodically receive ebooks from photos that I take and I share from live events that I've shot at, just like what started this whole journey in the first place, which is WrestleMania 39. Yeah, the last one. But that's another story. We'll get to that soon. The Bloodline has been suffering losses since they lost their tag titles night one at WrestleMania. Every turn KO and Sami Zayn has been on the Usos' backs, have been there to stop them no matter the tactics used. Like on Raw when KO just went ahead and fell down and Sami tossed Jay the chair and act like he just went ahead and hit him over the head and got him ejected. Yeah, that kind of thing. So, hey, they seem to be trying to keep the titles at all costs. So, they may be more similar than the Usos than they think. Last Friday on SmackDown, after a call from the Tribal Chief during the Usos' dedication match against KO and Sami to reclaim the titles, Paul Heyman let Solo know one way or the other, it was his time. As Solo made his way to the ring, he was stopped by Riddle. The Usos were setting up the 1D when Sami pulled Jay from the ring for Jimmy to catch a stunner from KO into the Huluva kick for Sami for the win. Now, as this new season begins, we all wait to hear from the Tribal Chief to see what he has to say about the Bloodline and all the elbows they've been taking over the last couple of weeks. WWE let loose the new championship title, the World Heavyweight Championship that was decided to be on Raw after Roman went first on the draft to SmackDown. Eyes already thirsty for the new title is Seth Rollins, who's been on a great streak since putting a stomp on Logan Paul at WrestleMania. But not the only one with his eyes on the title, the giant Omos, who's been on a tear since his loss to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, also has his eyes on the title and looks to challenge at Night of Champions. But first, the two will meet featured at Backlash in one-on-one competition in Puerto Rico. Omos should be looking to regain some steam after the loss to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, where he did not kick out even once from the F5 after the beating he was giving Brock. Shouts to Brad Gilmore. Me and him looked at each other at WrestleMania and laughed like, what just happened? And like, yo, he didn't even kick out once. But before he gets to Backlash, the Visionary was called out by none other than Paul Heyman, who seemed to have a bone to pick with Seth after some remarks that was given on the previous Raw from the week before. Seth, not wanting to let a moment pass to bid farewell to the bloodline with his eyes on the new title, couldn't help but find himself eventually standing face to face with Solo Sikoa. Some strings pulled by the Tribal Chief set up a match between Seth and Solo later on in the evening. The two had a great match with Seth and Solo going back and forth, Seth even taking 2 spinning solos with Seth able to kick out. Eventually, the Usos made it ringside after what looked like a call from Paul Heyman on his cell phone, something we've seen him doing more frequently lately, which then caused the DQ and will be the last time for the time being that we'll see the Usos or the Bloodline on Raw. Now we wait until SmackDown season begins Friday to see what the Tribal Chief has to say about the present performance and the future of the Bloodline. Be sure to come back for more wrestling content, as I'm the new kid on the block and I hope to be able to get his space some new energy. Make sure you follow us everywhere too. We no dirt sheets on any of your favorite platforms. I don't know where y'all hang out at, you know what I mean? Wherever you hang out in your hive is, more than likely we got a space there. So go ahead and look up No Dirt Sheets. I am King Leo P, and this has been your first update from NDS, No Dirt Sheets. We are not a dirt sheet at all. We do not wake up in the morning and be like, yo, I'm finna just spoil the storyline or tell you somebody else's business that's going on backstage. That's not what we do. Sorry, not getting that here. So, see y'all next issue, and I'm out.